So David, you don't own you. So so David. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to episode number 3.
That's 4.
3. Episode number 3 of Tapped In on Cape Cod. I'm Leslie from Tap Tastings, and my guest today I have David Whynot from Adoro Italian Market in East Sandwich.
Hey, Leslie.
Right on 6A. So I gotta have my 6A brewing shirt on. So we have been masked up. So are we good? We good with taking that up? Okay,
yeah, we're
cool.
certainly distant enough from each other, and I'm fortunate enough to be fully vaccinated.
It's fantastic. It's liberating.
It is. I kind of feel like I'm 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
You're not, though.
No, I know I'm not.
Just let you know.
I know I'm not. But it's a good feeling, and I tell everybody, if you can, or when you can, get the vaccine, because I had COVID, and it was an absolutely miserable experience.
When you told me, it was just such bad news for us for 2 reasons. We know kind of person that you are, and you're so kind and thoughtful to everybody, and you couldn't be at the store, and everybody missed your face and your personality. And then you said it really threw you for a loop. So
Yeah.
And then second of all, Adoro, as a lot of people know from our business. Well, our business, it's not that one. It's this one, Tap Tasting. The Adoro is one of our most popular stops. And David does a wonderful guided cheese and wine tasting for our guests.
Who doesn't love cheese and wine?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Leslie, as you know, we have a seasonal wine permit at Adoro. From April 1st to New Year's Eve, we carry wine, but we don't just carry any wine. We specialize in Italian wines from all the different regions of Italy. We try to carry, a pretty broad selection of wines from different varieties of grapes. And we also try to get wines from smaller producers, so that when you come to Adoro, you're going to find wines that you aren't going to see in a lot of the bigger liquor stores in the area, because we've deliberately gone out and found these smaller batch wines. And one of them, which I got to be honest, I fell in love with because of the label.
Let me see the label over there. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so it's this adorable little bunny rabbit in a jacket.
So it's like Peter Rabbit. It's like
He looks a lot like Peter Rabbit.
Got a little bit of a local connection, kind of.
Yeah, and this is a Toscana Rosso. This is a super Tuscan blend. Wonderful, full-bodied red wine, a little dry, fantastic flavor. Bouquet is wonderful. It's a great wine, and I can't wait to share it with you. And to open it, I even brought my rabbit.
I was giving David a hard time because I brought this in case he needed it, but no, he's got a contraption.
He does have a contraption.
Later on, he and I are going to have a race.
You can go faster than that with your corkscrew.
You just see. You just wait and see.
Easy to brag when you don't have a bottle to open.
Well, worst case scenario, we're drinking more wine, regardless.
That's true. And
I can lose.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So this was a gift from a friend of mine years ago. This is an aerator for people who are bad wine drinkers like me and don't think to open their red wine ahead of time to let it breathe.
It doesn't make you a bad person, David.
No. It doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me a bad wine drinker. So we do this, and then that aerates the wine as if we had opened it, 15 to 20 minutes ahead of time.
And you can see David's we're pouring the wine into our famous glasses made by Michael Magyar at the Glass Studio on Cape Cod.
They are beautiful,
Sandwich.
by the way. You might want to check my pockets on the way out, make sure I'm not stealing them.
No. I can buy more. We got him as a wedding, an engagement present.
Oh, well,
quite
then
a few
I can't
years
steal
ago.
that.
No,
That
you
would make
shouldn't,
me a bad person.
David. That's true. Okay.
All right, so let's try this wine. Salud.
Oh, fabulous. Get my nose in there. You know, we probably should have opened it right from the get-go and given it some breathing time. But we've got the aerator.
We got the aerator, so
The aerator
It's open.
saved us.
yeah, like I said, for your bad wine drinker out there, get an aerator.
So, David, your
Yes.
store. One of the reasons we love your store is obviously because of you,
Well, thank
and you know so much about your cheeses that you bring in. Can you want to tell us a little bit about the cheeses?
Well, I have, in the interest of full disclosure, a year ago, I honestly didn't know much about my cheeses or really anything else that I carried in the store. As you know, I purchased the store. It had previously been Nonna Elena, and was owned by two wonderful ladies, and run by predominantly by one of the two. Her name's Lou. She's very Italian, has forgotten more things about Italian food than I will ever know. But I've been learning a lot about all the different cheeses and the foods and the wines, and it's been a great experience kind of learning all this stuff. Like some of the cheeses we carry a Parmigiano Reggiano that is DOP certified and aged 24 months. And for those of you who don't know what DOP certification is, it essentially translates to Dominion of Origin Protected, which is one of the best things about dealing with products from Italy, is the Italian government is so protective of certain products that are exported from their country that they have set laws for guidelines that these products have to follow and meet in order to carry the name. So for a cheese to leave Italy as a Parmigiano Reggiano with the DOP certification, it has gone through certain steps. Like one of the earliest ones is it's made with milk from the same cows. It's the last milk of the day and then the first milk of the next day. And those are combined in the cheese making process. Some of the other products that have these protections are wines, like Chianti Classico. If you're buying a Chianti Classico, you want to look for a little sticker with a black rooster on it, and you know that that's an authentic Chianti Classico.
And like Prosecco's, you can't really just call it a Prosecco just because it's a sparkling wine. It has to be from a certain region in Italy, just like Champagne. If you call it a Champagne, it has to be from Champagne, France, right?
Right.
I believe. I'm no expert on that.
I'm not an expert on anything. Well, that's not true. I've become kind of an expert on delicious over this past year, and that's kind of really become my driving goal with this store. Is I want to provide people with authentic imported Italian foods that are delicious. I've always sort of felt that food is at the center of every major celebration in our lives, literally from the cradle to the grave. Baby showers, there's food. Weddings, there's food. Birthday parties, there's food. Even at a funeral, after the ceremony, everyone gets together and you share a meal and you share memories. Right. And food is always an integral part of these celebrations. And I love the moments when someone comes into my store and they're looking around and they find something on the shelf that their mother or their grandmother used to have in their kitchen. And you hear the little catch of their breath, like, oh, my grandmother used to have that. She used to make this for us, every Sunday. And just in that brief little moment, they're back in their grandmother's kitchen. And I love moments like that.
So how's business been now that COVID's starting to ramp down a little? We're hoping, fingers.
Well, yeah, fingers crossed. Business has been great. Obviously, January was,
Yeah.
We're just calling it COVID January because the store was closed for 19 days. So it was not a great month for us. But February and March have been great. It's been getting busier and busier every week. And looking ahead to this summer, I'm not only excited, I'm actually a little nervous. Every rental on Cape Cod is booked for the summer.
This is what we hear. Everybody's telling us too. Our business, Leslie, you guys are going to be so busy after we've been so dead. You know, we've been restricted. We have a van that can have 14 guests on it. That we were restricted at one point for, obviously we were closed with everyone else. But then once we reopened, there was a time when we could only have 2 guests. And we did it because, hey, well, 2 guests are better than no guests.
Absolutely.
And, but now, having been used to these small groups, now we're so used to our private small groups. We're going to get hit once the rules.
Are you going to start bringing 15 people at a time for wine and cheese?
Would you like that?
Going to need a bigger boat.
Right, that's true. We'll see how it goes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. You do have that nice room downstairs with the little view of the. You know,
I do. But more importantly, we have that beautiful deck on the back of the
yes. Right. I forgot. We're getting back into the warm weather.
Yeah, and I bought a gazebo to put up out there.
You did?
I did.
Yes.
Primarily for wine and cheese tastings.
Yes.
We'll call it the tap tasting tent.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You not only have wine and cheese, but you have also.
Oh, we have some wonderful steaks. We've actually started working with a new butcher this year, and we are carrying dry-aged ribeye steaks and New York strips, and we're also going to be starting this week, bringing back our marinated steak tips that we had last summer that I could barely keep in the shop. So I am excited.
You're going to need a bigger parking lot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
And
Or
also
we could
possibly
just do shuttles. We'll do shuttles for you. Bring
Yeah.
in the group.
have them parked down at the beach and shuttle them up.
He's in your noggin.
There we go.
Well, all I know is the success that you've helped bring to our business. You've added on just a wonderful aspect, and so I wanted to make sure I got you on the
thank you.
Tapped In show.
Yeah.
And
I got to tell you, Leslie. When you and Karen first approached me about partnering up to do the wine and cheese tastings, my initial thought was, we'll give it a shot and see if it works out. And it has proven to be so much fun. All of these tastings, getting to meet all the folks you bring in and share with them, a little. There was one couple I remember specifically that came in that they were on their honeymoon on the Cape, but they were supposed to have been honeymooning in Italy,
I remember.
which was really sad that they had to cancel all of their plans. But they were so happy to be able to sit and have some Italian wine and Italian cheeses, and they were just such a wonderful couple. And it's the little experiences like that that have really been great, and also getting to know you and Karen has been I think probably my favorite part.
Oh, come on. Stop. Go on.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, I will.
Stop.
I will.
Go on.
Now, all right. It's mostly Karen. I'm a kidder.
Oh, dear.